Hey everyone, it's Warriors NRL Fanatics here. This is going to be my Round 8 review and player ratings for the Anzac Day clash between the Melbourne Storm and the One New Zealand Warriors, which was played down there at Amy Park in Melbourne. But just quickly before getting into the review, if you haven't done so already, and you are a new viewer to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that subscribe button down below. It's much appreciated. It shows your support for the content that I do, and it's much appreciated. And we're getting very close to 2,300 subscribers, so let's see if we can get there really soon over the next couple of weeks or a couple of days. And also, don't forget to like this video as well. Make sure you click the thumbs up on the video. So yeah, we'll get into the game now. So the first half actually started pretty well for the Warriors, getting a try to Jackson Ford there, who barges over to score. It was a great bit of link-up work there by Freddie Lussick, Sean Johnson, and Tohu Harris, and also Dylan Walker there. So we got the first try on the board, 6-0 there. Then in the 28th minute, Darren Watini-Zelezniak goes over to score on the right side corner. A great pass there by Freddie Lussick, which really did expose the Melbourne Storm's defensive line, with Xavier Coates getting caught out there on that wing. 12 points to nil. Warriors extend their lead. And then in the 25th minute of the first half, Cameron Munster with a huge play. Now, Cameron Munster's always a player that tends to come up with big moments, and this was a pretty big moment that could shift momentum to the Storm's favour. 40-20 there on the fourth tackle. And yeah, there was no fullback at home for the Warriors. Charles Nicholls was not even in position for that. So yeah, I thought, look, I don't know why we didn't have a fullback in position for that play, because we should have been well aware that Cameron Munster's, a player that will go for that big play in 40-20. So the Storm do manage to get some possession on our line. Finally, with the amount of possession the Warriors had early on, which was around about 70%. Justin Nolan there scores, and yeah, the first try for the Melbourne Storm is 12 points to 6, Warriors lead. But then on the 19th minute there, Adam Fanua scores straight through the Melbourne Storm defence. Very soft defending by the Storm, something we do not characteristically see when it comes to the Storm and their defensive line there. And yeah, it was an easy try for the Warriors, 18 points to 6, and the Warriors extend their lead once again. Now, I think around the 18th minute mark was when the Melbourne Storm brought on Big Nelson Asofa-Solomona coming off the bench. I was a bit surprised that he didn't start in this game, but he came on in the 18th minute, and you could see the last probably 10 minutes of that first half where the Melbourne Storm looked a lot different. The attack was looking a lot more threatening, and yeah, it was causing a lot of problems to the Warriors' defence especially, and putting us under lots of pressure after a pretty dominant start by us. And the Melbourne Storm do get a try there with 4 minutes remaining. Cameron Munster pretty much strolls through the Warriors' defence. Very soft and pretty easy try for the Storm to score. And yeah, 18-12, the Warriors lead is cut to 18-12. And yeah, going into the break, Warriors lead 18-12. Look, the Storm, I think the Storm were pretty close. They were really close to leaving the scores going into the break, and I thought they would be the most happiest out of the teams going to halftime, even though the Warriors had a pretty all right lead. 18-12 is not a big lead, but it's still a lead nonetheless. And I think the biggest call at the back end of that first half was on the minute and 55-second mark, with Dylan Walker being called out for a head slam on Elias Katoa, and he was sent to the sin bin and put on report. Now, I know the NRL is very strict on this rule, but for me, and this is going to be completely biased, and someone's going to probably disagree with me here, but that was not a sin bin. That was not a sin bin. A lot of Warriors fans will probably agree with me. A lot of Melbourne Storm fans will probably say it's a sin bin. But for me, that was just not a sin bin at the end of the day. That was an ordinary decision. I wouldn't say it was a call that, cost us, but it was a call that, for me, wasn't a very good call at all. I thought, at worst, I think for me, going off replay, what I saw when I watched it back today and I looked at it pretty closely, for me, that was just a penalty. That was just a penalty at worst for me. So that was not a sin bin. I don't think that was horrible. The elbow, his elbow wasn't even, touching Melbourne players. So, look, that was not a sin bin. That was not a sin bin. That was a penalty at worst. But, yeah, look, going to halftime, 18-12, Warriors down a player, Dylan Walker being sent to the bin. Now, going into the second half there, and on the 35th minute, try to Dylan Watini-Zelezniak on the right side. Yet again, the Melbourne Storm's right side has been caught out again this time. And, look, we had plenty of success throughout the game on that side of the field when it comes to our attacking play. So, Warriors get the try there to DWZ. It's 22-12. Yet again, we extend our lead. And then on the 31st minute, Dylan Watini-Zelezniak pretty much had a mixed bag in this game. Shocking defending to allow the Storm an easy passage to the line, and Nick Meaney goes over to get the Storm back in the game at 18-22. So, poor defence by Dylan Watini-Zelezniak. Look, I think in this game particularly, and in the previous week against the Cowboys, wasn't his best games. So, yeah, I don't know what goes with Dylan Watini-Zelezniak at the moment. He's just been back in first grade. I'll give him the credit there, but look, it's not the best of performances by DWZ since coming back into first grade there. So Melbourne back in it, 18-22. You start to feel like the Storm is starting to, find their rhythm. Find their rhythm, and this was for me the key moment. Now in the 25th minute of the second half, and yes, I know it's only the 25th minute, but the Storm down 18-22. Justin Olam with a huge play when he beats plenty of defenders. The Storm then get a fresh set of 6 on the next play on the Warriors line. The play was stopped on the next set because Chance Klukstad was down with a bit of an injury there. And, a bit of a worry there because after the Warriors lost Harris in that first half, Tohu Harris coming off with an injury himself, then to lose CNK potentially could be another bit of a disaster, and that was what looked like was going to happen here. It looked like he was going to come off the field, and at one stage he just couldn't carry on. So, yeah, things are starting to look a lot worse. The Warriors bench was looking very, very skinny. There was barely any players on the bench left. Jazz Funga coming off in this game as well. Bailey Sirenen with an HIA. But, yeah, look, in the 22nd minute with 55 seconds, Storm score a try through from Jerome Hughes' kick, which to me, when you look back on replay, that the players contesting for the ball, there was, I think it was Ed Cozy, and then the Melbourne Storm winger, which was Remus Smith there. It looked like Remus Smith, for me, touched the ball. His hand looked like it touched it on replay, if you can see from a couple of angles there. But, yeah, look, the referee on field said it was a try. They went to the bunker to check it. They cleared it. They said it was a try. For me, I thought it was no try. I thought it clearly touched his hand. I thought the Warriors should have had the ball back, but they gave it. So, for me, look, it shouldn't have been awarded. Then the Storm took the lead there, 24 points to 22, with 20 minutes remaining in the game. The Storm, when you give them opportunities, you just, you're going to be made to pay. And unfortunately, I stand by that call. Should not have been a try, in my personal opinion. But anyways, so, look, the Storm 24-22 get the lead. And, it just looked like it was going to be a bit of a tough sort of ask for the Warriors to, even though it was only 24-22, you're thinking it's going to be very difficult for the Warriors to find some momentum to get back that lead and potentially win the game. And, so, look, at the end of the day, the scoreline was 30-22. Again, another referee decision I want to talk about. I don't want to harp on, and I'm not blaming the referees at all here. I thought, we probably should have done a lot better. But some of those decisions in this game, especially the officiating, was absolutely shocking. The calls were shocking in this game. The Warriors themselves, obviously, having that lead, then having no players on the bench, then you have the 50-50 calls don't go your way, then, that doesn't really help you at all. But, look, Nelson Asofa Solomona, personally, and sorry, Storm fans, I am not a big fan of Nelson Asofa Solomona at all. His high shot on Dylan Walker with 9 minutes to go on the fourth tackle goes unpunished. That should have been a penalty to the Warriors. On the fourth play, they said there was nothing wrong with it. They cleared it. So, I don't want to harp on any longer, but that for me was an ordering decision itself as well. So, at the end of the day, look, the way I sum up this game is that the Warriors' effort was great, very valiant effort. You could say this was a game that the Warriors missed an opportunity. They could have won this game. But at the end of the day, no bench, a couple of things going against us. But we just didn't do enough at the end of the day. A couple of defensive reads and all that. But if you look at the stats here, so we'll just go through the stats. Enough of the referee decisions before I continue to rant. So the stats here, we'll look at standout players actually for the game first before I look into the game stats. So AFB, Adam Fanua-Blake thought was great, outstanding performance by AFB. Freddie Lussick actually thought he had a pretty decent game as well. Jackson Ford was very impressive in the forwards. Very much, he had a performance where he was a workhorse, especially with the way he went on the field. So, yeah, look, stats in this game. So, we got the Warriors and Storm work 50% each way. So, 50-50 there. Completion rate, 89% Warriors, 81% Storm. All running meters, Storm with 1,951 meters. Warriors, 1,561. Post-contact meters, Storm, 612 meters. Warriors, 477 meters. Line break, Storm 9, Warriors 4. Tackle break, Storm 38, Warriors 34. Kick return meters, Storm 247 meters, Warriors 147 meters. Average play the ball speed, Warriors 3.41 seconds. Melbourne Storm 3.77 seconds. Offloads, Storm 6, Warriors 4. Kicking meters, 723 meters to the Warriors, 503 meters to the Storm. Forced dropouts, Warriors 2. And the tackles made, Storm 348, Warriors 364. Missed tackles, Warriors 38, Storm 34. Errors, Storm 9, Warriors 4. Penalties conceded, Warriors 7, Storm 5. Game info, so we've got tries to Jackson Ford, Dulligan, Watini-Zelezniak with 2. AFP, and we scored 4 tries in the game overall. Storm, Justin Olam, Nick Meaney with 2. Harry Grant with a try, and Nick Meaney with 5 from 5 conversions. Sean Johnson with 3 from 4. Now to my man of the match. So this is my 3-2-1 system. So we got 3. I'm going to go with Freddie Lussick, 2, Jackson Ford, and Adam Fanua-Blake is my 1 man of the match. Now to the player ratings for this game. So we've got fullback there in CNK, Charles Kalukstad, who unfortunately only played 55 minutes. So this one probably is a bit difficult to give a rating on. So I'm just going to say a 5 for CNK, so I won't say too much there. Dylan Watini-Zelezniak, well, he played a full 80 minutes, and I'm just going to give him a 4 out of 10. Very much a mixed bag for me for DWZ. Marcelo Montoya played 80 minutes, and I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10. Adam Pompey, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Edward Cozy, look, I thought he was alright, actually. I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. Dylan Walker, yeah, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Sean Johnson was great. I'm going to give him an 8. Adam Fanua-Blake was outstanding. I'm going to give him an 8 as well. Freddie Lussick, I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. Jazz Tavanga, who unfortunately only played 22 minutes, I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. Jackson Ford, a 7 out of 10. Impressive performance. Marata Niakore, I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. Tohu Harris, coming off, late in that first half with an injury. I'm just going to give him a 5 out of 10. Bailey Serenade, I'm going to give him a 5. Also, another player coming off as well who had an HIA. Josh Curran, a 5. Bunty Afoa coming off the bench. 4 was solid. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. And Tom Ale, a 4 out of 10 there. So, that is it. Those are my player ratings. And, yeah, that's just my overall review. Going through a bit of stats as well from the game there. So, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on the game between the Storm and the Warriors for round 8. We got the Roosters coming up this Sunday at Mount Smart Stadium. The team lists have been already announced today, this morning for that game. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we go this week on the Sunday against the Roosters. But I will have my preview up for that one with a special feature from a guest as well. From the league scene in AJ Lucantoni. He's going to have his preview on with my preview. I'll put it all together on the channel and have it up for you as a video. But guys, that's it for me. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next one.